So good. I want more.
And everyone's walking right past it. Little do they realize I just had the best sushi of my life here.
Tokyo is for foodies. After a week here, we see why Jiro dreams of sushi, why ramen demands to be loudly slurped, and why chefs trust you to cook your own meal right at your table. Each meal is practically foolproof. You could come with zero plan, ignore every recommendation, and eat good. Really, really good. But what makes Tokyo magical isn't just the Michelin stars or the high-end sushi counters or the spots that have gone viral on social media, though those are great too. It's actually the unexpected spots that you'll remember most on the plane home. The ones with no signs, hidden in some alley, quietly serving recipes perfected over generations. Okay, and maybe a 7-Eleven snack or two.
In this video, we're trying 11 must-try dishes that cannot be missed on a trip to Tokyo and showing you where to find them. Along the way, we are trying to avoid overhyped spots that need reservations, though of course, there are a few of those we just couldn't miss. And so, we are at the first spot, the epicenter of food right now in Tokyo. Perhaps the only place we'll elbow our way through to see what's cooking.
So it's only fitting that we start this culinary journey by learning about Japanese gastronomy at one of the best local markets in town, Tsukiji Outer Market.
This is a heaven for foodies. We came over here only for one dish, but I think we might try another one. It's 9 a.m. and this place is packed. I heard people come here very early and start lining up.
We shuffle our way to our first stop, Shoro. And before you even think about pausing the video to jot that name down, don't worry, we've put together a downloadable and free Google map with every spot we ate at around Japan, both on and off camera. Why? Because honestly, we wish someone had done that for us. The link's in the description, but there's one catch. You have to report back here in the comments to let us know which spot you love most.
Kore kudasai. Ni. All right, Tamagoyaki, first thing on the list. Arigato gozaimasu. All right, we got the Tamagoyaki. This is a must in this market, and it's like an omelet on a stick. It is rectangular. I've never seen an omelet like this. Whoa, it's like a sweet omelet. It almost tastes like there's maple in it. Very good. This is delicious, and luckily it's not too heavy either because this is just the first dish. We gotta try a lot more.
Before 2018, Tsukiji Market was the largest wholesale seafood market in the world. It's where you went to see those fish auctions, and Japan's kitchen in full swing. These days, the inner wholesale market has moved to a new location, but the outer market is packed with food stalls, kitchen supplies, groceries, and well, just about everything you need.
And right here in front of us, it's all happening. Wasabi in its natural form, not the neon green stuff that you've been eating at sushi joints back home, thinly sliced premium Japanese meats, and of course, seafood. Lots and lots of seafood.
Honestly, walking through here, it's hard not to be amazed. Also, we're definitely thinking about how we can fit a few of these knives into our suitcase.
One of the super popular things I heard to get here is the Wagyu skewers. I heard they melt in your mouth, but
It's a little pricey.
yeah, very expensive. We've heard that it is really, you can find it a lot cheaper other places. So I know there's a place in Kyoto that hopefully we can find it at that
No, don't say that. We will.
we will find it, thank you, because I really need to experience that. And if I miss out on trying it, I might want to come back here on our last day.
If we don't try it, my father will be mad at me.
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna wait for the ones that are like $8 instead of like 30.
So we peel ourselves away from the smells of sizzling meat in search of fish, tuna to be exact. And you have your options on how you can try it. You can get it omakase style at one of the sushi bars, or on a plate in front of a stall. Just remember, don't eat and walk. Or do what we did and sit down at Koragumi.
This is the star of the show. This is two different types of sashimi. We order tuna that is a little bit light one, and then we order another one that is a little bit more fatty, medium.
Oh my god, this totally melts in your mouth. It is delicious. Now here's the thing about this market. You're gonna feel a lot of pressure because you're gonna see people lined up places, waiting hours to get whatever it is they're ordering. But you really can't go wrong here. Just kind of follow your senses. Don't be afraid to go down some of the other alleys that are a little bit more quiet. Find what works for you because everything's gonna be delicious here. We are loving our sashimi. Konnichiwa. Kore kudasai. To kore. Tsukiji Iroha is our next spot because we wanted to try a couple of sweets, and I've been wanting to try a whatever this is. I don't really know the name. Strawberry candy, but also Martín told me that he's heard that the grapes here are super good, so we got one like that. And then I loved the mochi I had the other day in Asakusa, so I got one here with custard, which I've never seen before, so that should be pretty good. Whoa. The strawberries are so insanely flavorful. I didn't expect it to be crunchy. I thought it was gonna be gooey. Mochi time.
Oh no, your scarf.
What's the price I pay? Whoa. Do you ever just try something and get sad that you might not ever be able to have it again? This is the most delicious custard, mochi, whatever I've ever seen. And how will I ever find this again? It's so good.
So we're off to a good start. And luckily for us, this is the most crowded place you'll see us in this video. Because from this point on, we're heading to the local only spots we told you about. And this is where the things get good. After a long day of filming our Akihabara video, we're craving a little shabu shabu.
I think we're starting this off strong because we have some local insight. I used to have a Japanese exchange student. Her name is Anna. And we're seeing her tonight. She's taking us to one of her favorite shabu shabu spots here in Akihabara.
Yeah, specifically for this dish, I'm very happy that we have some locals with us.
Yeah, exactly. Anna prefers to not be on camera, so we're not going to be showing her, but I'm so excited to see her in just a couple minutes.
And also, we are very hungry, so we're ready.
Hidden just outside of the Akihabara subway station is tonight's dinner. We will miss this if we didn't know to go to the 4th floor. We arrived, ready to be greeted by our host, and wait a minute, is that a robot? Well, I guess the service here never calls in sick.
Oh my god.
I know.
Japan is living in a different century.
Yeah, it's a different era.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, hello. Wow, oh, sorry. This is the craziest thing. We are dodging robots and ordering on tablets.
That's right.
Now we're about to pick our own vegetables to go in our shabu shabu.
And we have a lot of things that I have a lot of questions, but we're gonna make the best that we can.
And thank God Anna and her husband are here to help us, because like ordering on the iPad, turns out it's like we have 100 minutes to eat as much as we can. It's a set price, and you can choose what types of meat you want. So we went for something that includes Japanese beef, because that is what we're here for.
Exactly. We went for something that wasn't the most expensive, but also it wasn't cheap. Something in the middle.
And you get
Yep.
you get unlimited drinks.
Yeah, you can get limited alcohol. Just that. If you're gonna take more than 2 or 3 beers, maybe it's worth it.
You can get your desserts, waffles, crepes. Anyway, we gotta pick out the vegetables for our shabu shabu, and I hope we don't mess it up.
That's right.
Meanwhile, at the table, the 2 broths we told our iPad we wanted already begin to boil. And then our waiter arrives. Except it's not a waiter, it's the robot again. The robot stares into our soul, waiting for us to take the trays of immaculate, thinly sliced Japanese beef. And then we shabu shabu. Anna explains that shabu shabu means swish swish, which is exactly what you do. Swish the meat delicately in the steaming broth, pull it out when you feel like it's ready, which is both equal parts empowering and stressful, and dunk it in the sauce.
And how do you know when that one's done? Oh wow, it's already changing.
During we putting the meat over there, we also can put the vegetables, so you can mix up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Can't believe how fast this cooked. Yum. Wow. That's really good. Thank you so much for helping, too. Wow. Delicious. And there's not really an art to it. Some of this, you just kind of have to feel out when you think it's done. It is really good, and on a cold day, this is such a great winter soup. Yum.
So good. I want more.
Well, it's all you can eat, me and more. You got 100 minutes. Well, no, we have the countdown. I think 69 minutes left.
A few trips back to the salad bar, and many, many more dishes of meat later, we tap out. But the odd thing about food in Japan is we never leave a meal, even a 100-minute meat fest like this, feeling grossly stuffed. It always sits just right. And that's good because now we've got some tempura to find. We're in Shinjuku, and it's Martín's turn to practice ordering in Japanese.
Kore kudasai?
I think we've kind of unlocked the secret to finding really good, authentic, local-only places that you don't need reservations for. So what you do is you search the name of the dish you want on Google Maps, but don't trust those Google reviews because Google is used by tourists. The locals use something called table log. So once you find a restaurant, cross-check it by searching the name of the restaurant plus the word table log at the end and see what the rating is. Because over there, the ratings are never gonna be more than 4 stars. The Japanese critique things very, very particularly. So anything like 3.5 or above is gonna be phenomenal. That's how we found this place. And it's locals only. Not many reviews on Google, and I haven't heard a single person talking about it, but look, a lunch course is 1,800 yen, and it comes with tea, rice, miso soup, 7 delicious pieces of tempura with a mix of vegetable and fish, and this looks incredible. Let's see if it tastes good.
I'm about to try this, but almost nobody's talking. You can only hear the sound of the boiling oil. Tastes good, Jules. Don't worry.
The waitress is so sweet. She just came over to explain what all of this is and that we should put some of the onion in this soy sauce, I think. Wow. So crispy. And that shrimp is so fresh.
The difference between this and the tempura that I had before in my country or in the United States is that this one is not too oily. It's crunchy and it's delicious. The way it has to be.
Very light, yeah.
Yeah, very light.
Like air.
We're eating air.
And though it's as light as air, calories do still exist. But we don't care about that because we are in Japan. Now, I know we said this video is about 11 must-try dishes, but let's be real, there's more you need to try. And we already covered some of it in our Japan series.
Like ramen and yakitori, which we showed you in our Tokyo at Night with a Local video, or taiyaki, which you'll see in our Akihabara video. And don't forget the onigiri and egg sandwiches we grabbed at 7-Eleven in Asakusa. So if you haven't seen those videos yet, clear your schedule.
Anyway, let's see how far we can take this table log experiment and try to find some omakase sushi. But there's a problem. We didn't get a reservation at one of the big spots. And we don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on sushi. But after hours of clicking around, we think we found just the spot, right in the middle of Ginza. Are we sure this is the right place?
I don't know if it's in the basement.
Omakase sushi is less of a meal and more of a trust exercise. The word omakase literally means, I'll leave it up to you, and that's exactly what you're doing, putting your taste buds in the hands of a sushi chef who knows way more about fish than you ever will.
Starting with some fish egg. Whoa. So crunchy.
There's no menu, no substitutions. You sit down and they serve you what's freshest, what's best, and sometimes what you didn't even know you like. And here, at this counter space only restaurant, it happens right in front of you.
Flounder, okay. Mackerel. Arigatou gozaimasu. And look at this kelp, this seaweed with a little bit of wasabi that's such a light color. It's incredible because it's not too salty, but it's so fresh.
Delicious. What do you want me to say? It's very good. Like the texture of this fish is very good. It's not as soft as other fish, but it has a lot of flavor. And yeah, Juliana's right. You can feel the freshness.
With the hand, right? Hand? Hand, okay. Wow, that was amazing. I'm really pushing myself to try new fish. I always am ordering salmon and
Tuna.
And tempura shrimp. But I am glad we're getting out of our comfort zone because I'm finding a lot of fish that I really like and I'm starting to understand the difference between them.
And it just keeps coming. Our chef's knife slashes through fish that's being thrown his way left and right, He presses his delicate fingers to form perfect nigiri and sets it in front of us. The precision, the choreography, it's intimate, sensual, a true sensory overload. And just as you're savoring that moment, another plate arrives. And another. And another. Some otoro, smoked bonito, fish we'd never heard of.
I don't even know how many we've had at this point.
I'm so shocked about the patience that they have in order to make every single piece, like, try to make it perfect.
Yeah,
I'm so
incredible.
shocked.
And like I said, none of these are tasting fishy. I've never had seafood like this. I didn't really know that was possible. And I think like a lot of people when they say they don't like seafood, I think that they would like something like this, actually.
Exactly.
Fresh fish. Oh, okay. Where do you like to buy your fish at?
Market. Market.
Where?
Toyosu.
Oh, okay, okay. Kore wa oishi desu. Arigatou.
My favorite so far. So good. Like, the little thing that he put, I don't know what it is. After you eat it, it's still like making a party.
Maybe that's the sake, mi amor.
It could be.
And there you have it. We found dish number 8. Except it's not a dish, it's actually a drink. The greatest of Japanese traditions, sake. Sake is brewed like beer, but has the smooth, nuanced flavors of fine wine. It's awesome. It can be served hot or cold, depending on the type and the season. I have to say, it goes very well with their sushi. This meal is one I'll remember forever. And going at lunchtime was a smart move since the menu is heavily discounted. I mean, 18 courses for 12,100 yen? It's unbelievable. We're expecting dessert to come any second, but then the chef pulls out a wooden box. This is the moment we're waiting for, and we weren't sure if it was on the menu today. Sea urchin, also known as uni.
I just about, when he opened the box of uni, I just about shout. I think I was the loudest person in the whole room.
She was.
I've been wanting to try it. It's like on my bucket list for Japan. Wow, that was not at all how I expected that to go. I'm not kidding you. It evaporates in your mouth. Like the minute it starts hitting the top of your palate, it's so cold and starts just like melting. No, really melting more than any of the other fish we've had. Like the weird, it's almost like an ice cream in your mouth, an ice cube or something melting. Oh my god. I thought it'd be chewy.
When we were researching foods to try in Japan, one dish that came up in our research was Chankonabe, which is the dish of the sumo wrestlers. And Martín and I had this crazy idea. We were like, how cool would it be to eat this dish amongst sumo wrestlers? Does that even exist? I have no idea. So we did some reverse researching and found this place. I have no idea how it's going to be. Might be a little touristy, but hey, we're gonna get to try this dish. There will be sumo wrestlers, and that is pretty much all I'm looking for.
As soon as you arrive, they already put all the food over here. And also this includes one free drink. But, oh my god, it looks amazing. Also they told us it's everything you can eat. Okay, so you have to be hungry to be over here.
Be careful, don't eat too much, because you might turn into a sumo wrestler.
Maybe I want to be that.
This bubbling pot of Chankonabe is the secret weapon for sumo wrestlers to get big. It's a protein-packed, veggie-loaded hot pot that they eat bowl after bowl of to help them reach 10,000 calories a day. That's dedication. They pair these massive portions with endless bowls of rice, and honestly, we see the appeal. It's comforting, hearty, and tastes like a warm hug from someone who could probably flip a car.
Ooh, yum. This is nice. It's like a salad got turned into a soup. So many different things to munch on in here. And this is gonna fill us right up. And best of all, we get a little show with it. So I hope they pick me as a volunteer. That would be kind of cool.
Sure, this place is touristy, but we're kind of living for it because it's pretty educational. First, a geisha does an amazing performance, and then enter two retired sumo wrestlers. These guys own the room with their sheer presence.
Watching them demonstrate their training and talk about the sumo lifestyle, living together in the same house, starting their craft as kids, dedicating their lives to the art of sumo, it's actually pretty inspiring. And when you see them in the ring doing their warm-ups and fighting each other, their power is jaw-dropping. It's humbling and a little terrifying. Now a few bowls of Chankonabe in, and I'm feeling bold, like maybe I can take on a sumo bold. So when the host casually asks if anyone wants to challenge a wrestler, my hand shoots up faster than I can process the regret. I'm the only woman in the room to volunteer. Here we go.
Okay, throw that salt. Yoisha. Stomp twice. Yoisha. Once more. Yoisha. All right. Representing California, ladies and gentlemen, Gamate. Hey!
And so I can say, I beat a sumo wrestler, fair and square. You saw the footage. I mean, where else do I, a mere gaijin, get to square off against a sumo wrestler? It's so cheesy, but this actually was the best memory of our whole trip. If this sounds like the kind of thing you want to do, we've left a link below so you can book it too.
Tonight's dinner is at a popular chain called Gyukatsu Motomura. And spoiler alert, I think this is our favorite dish of the trip. The menu is simple, and all you need to decide is just how much beef cutlet you want to eat.
Thank God the waitress explained us everything, because we would have put like this, that is the dessert, on top of something. And so basically these two, they are for the meat, these two, they are for the rice. We have a miso soup and we have their meat, which we have to cook over here, and she told us only 15 seconds.
Yeah, good
we
thing
would have
you
messed
said
it up.
that, yeah. Another interactive dinner. I love it.
Just show them how it's
oh wow, it's so soft. I'm like worried that barely touching it's gonna break it in half. Okay, I'm nervous.
No, nada. Venga.
Ooh. This is great too, because it's all my locals here. Once again, we found ourselves in another basement that is tiny. The smoke, you can hardly see through it. Probably someone could have burned theirs. It's not me though.
That's what they told me.
Oh wow. It's pretty much just like a fried piece of beef. But it's so buttery. It's greasy, which I love. This is like a great meal to have here in Shinjuku. Now, this restaurant is all over. It's a chain. So, you know, you can find it any neighborhood you're in. But I like this little spot. It's nice.
Also, it's very funny because our neighbor, he's been to Tokyo a couple of times, and he recommended us this place. If you have to go there, I said, don't worry, man. We already have it in our list.
Yeah.
But he was right. Okay, now I see what's the big deal. Like, yeah, it tastes so good, and that's why whenever I was making research about this place, this always pop up. Now I know why.
One last dish to try, and we're really cutting it close on time for this one because we are on the way to Tokyo Station to catch our train to Osaka. But Tokyo Station just so happens to have some really good noodle spots, and we're on the hunt for one specific udon place.
We made it. It was difficult because we have the bags, but we're here We're hungry.
And udon, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually like it more than ramen. It's just so chewy and thick. And I got mine with some tempura. Martín got his with beef, and it looks delicious. We have to down this really quickly though, because our train is in less than an hour. Oh my god. That is so good. Excellent last meal here in Tokyo.
And it tastes so lemony, which I'm used because sometimes we do that in Mexican food. And it tastes so good. Like whenever you have a little bit of the soup, you can taste all the lemon.
Oh, it's so good. I've never had a broth like that, and I'm loving it. We've got a belly full of udon, and we're about to go to Osaka.
So we're gonna take the Shinkansen to what they know as the kitchen of Japan, that is the city of Osaka.
My question is, how much more crazy can it get? Because we ate freaking good in Tokyo.
Oh, prepare your belly, mi amor. We're gonna eat so much more.
We left a video to the side for you guys to keep watching our adventures. So long.
Travel well.
Make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time. Bye.